What's up, YouTube? Thank you so much for joining me in this video of the On My Mind podcast. Make sure you smash the like button, get subscribed so you can be here next time, and I hope you enjoy this episode. Hello and welcome to the On My Mind podcast. I am your host, Remy Keene. Thank you so much for joining me. This is the On My Mind podcast where we talk about things that matter to you to make your day better. I hope this episode helps you make today better, and let's get in and talk about it. Today we're going to be talking about choosing your battles. Make sure to choose your battles wisely in life. It's easy to want to fight about everything. It's easy because we have passions and we have feelings. We have things that happen to us that we want to express. But sometimes it's important to realize what is important and what isn't. So I hope to encourage you in that today. So why is it important to choose your battles? That's the question, really. Number one, not everything is important. As I just said, some things simply don't matter in the long run. If you can be right now and it impacts someone for good, sure, go ahead, fight for that. Try to convince them. However, if you can take a step back and realize that it's not going to better their future or mine if I continue to fight with them and try to be right just for the sake of being right, then maybe it's time to move on to that. If you think about what matters 5, 10, 20 years down the road, it's going to be apparent that many things in the moment might seem like they're important, however, will not be important down the road. So make sure that you're focusing on what is truly important when you're choosing your battles. Next, number two, every battle takes up time. It's going to take your time. One of the most valuable things you have in your possession is your time and how you spend it. Every problem you wrap yourself up in takes time and energy. Even if you win the battle, maybe your time could have been better spent elsewhere. So think about that. Think, where can I give my focus to, and is this the right thing to be giving my focus to? If the answer is no, then obviously we need to refocus on something that is going to be beneficial to focus on, right? That makes sense because, our time is so valuable, and if we use it right, it's going to be awesome. If we don't use it right, it's going to feel like we wasted it. Again, ultimately, the reason why anything matters to us is because our time is being either taken up by it or spent well on it. Everyone is going to eventually, their life is going to end. So make sure the time that you spend on the things you spend it on is worth it to you. What are you building? What do you care about? What things really inspire you and give you passion? If you aren't focusing on those on your deathbed, you will look back at your life and not be happy. But if you actually give it a shot, focus on what you did and choose the right battles, you choose the right things to focus on, you're going to enjoy it. You're going to love it so much more, which is going to be awesome. So the point of choosing battles is to be strategic in how you spend this limited resource we call time. So here's some tips to choose the right battles. Evaluate the problem. Believe it or not, most things that disrupt our day are petty things with no impact, but we let it impact us and we let it affect us in ways that we shouldn't allow it to do. It takes control when really we should have taken control of it. When faced with a problem, you want to ask yourself, is the problem really important? Do I need to deal with it now? And can my time be better spent elsewhere? Honestly, just ask yourself those things. Ask yourself those things the next time you focus on something that seems to be bothering you and is this an actual value, and or is it something that I could probably get through life without worrying about, without doing? Number 2, do a benefit analysis. A cost analysis is basically where you go, and if the cost outweighs the benefit, then obviously it's not going to be very beneficial. However, if the cost and the benefit is high, then, well, I mean, even though it comes with a cost, the time is going to be well spent. Make sure you weigh the cost and know what it costs and know what the benefit will be. Because once you know that, you're going to be able to make better decisions on what to battle and what to choose and what to do. So I want you to be able to choose the right thing, choose the right path, choose the right battles, because choosing the right battles is going to make life go easier for you. And that's what we want. That's the payoff. That's the benefit. So if you actually put these things into practice and stick around to the end of the video so that you know all the things you can do, you're going to be able to put these things into practice and have a lot smoother time when you're focusing on the right battles and only fighting the battles that matter. Number 3, always go for win, 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 win. Absolutely. Never choose a win-lose situation. If you have a choice, always choose the one where everyone can win. You should always make it an effort to, even though you use a battle, like I use the term battle. We focus on battles. We have battles that we go through in life. The battle isn't against someone else, like another person. The battle is against our mindsets and the enemy that comes against us. So the enemy is not the person in the situation. The enemy is the ideas and the things preventing us and getting in our way from being productive, from having our best life in front of us. And God wants us to have the best life we can have. God wants us to be able to understand what's the most important things He's given us in this gift called life, and make sure that we steward them the right way. If we're so focused on the wrong things and focused on things that aren't going to benefit us, then it's going to be hard for, that to even make sense. But once we realize what's worth it, and once we know that, God's going to be able to use that to bless us and constantly have our good in mind, and He always does. So He wants us to think about these things. Number 4 is have an open discussion. Discuss anytime you need to. Absolutely. I have recently learned the benefit of this, and the more you actually discuss what you're going through and you talk about it, you can get so many things out of that. An important part of a win-win is an open discussion. When we act based on our vision and our successes, then we are shutting the other person out without listening to what they want. But we should always respect other people in the fact that we're giving them an opportunity to hear from us and to basically go through life with us. And we should always want them to win as well as us to win. Find a way to love people through whatever you're battling, whatever you're facing, whatever you're going through. Make sure when you have that open discussion, make sure you seek to understand the other person. It's so easy to assume that we know best and we know what's up and that we're going to know before they even answer the question. However, we should always seek to understand what they're saying and what they're going through and what they're, empathize with them. Get on their level, get in their shoes, try to see it the way they see it. Next, share your views and let the other person share theirs. Be supportive and brainstorm together. Work together to find the best solution. Finding the best solution alone is really hard, but when you have someone that you now include on your team instead of on the opposition, that means you get to include them in the solution. When you reach a solution together, it'll form a bond and cause a respect to be between you. So even though you might not necessarily love the person, you know, as a person, but you love them anyway, you love them through it. But even if you don't really care for that person, you're going to eventually reach common ground and see that both of you, though your motives may differ, love what you're doing and what your common goals are. You're going to be able to see that. So when you do this, make sure that you're always loving people through it. That's another thing that we can talk about for forever, but that's absolutely something I want you to keep in mind today. As you're going through your day, as you're going through your week this week, make sure you think about loving people through it. How can I love someone in this situation I'm in? Especially if it's a crappy situation, especially if it's a situation that you don't want to be in. How can you find a way to love someone in that situation? If you ask yourself that, you're going to find you have so much easier of a time just getting through life, just getting through the things that everyone goes through each day. So I hope this episode has brought you some good strategy to attacking the battles and realizing the opposition isn't always the person we're facing, but the situation. I hope it helps you plan the next time you go into a situation that isn't a good one, and I hope you get to choose the right battles going forward. So with that, I want to thank you for joining me today. Make sure, again, that you're subscribed, and we'll see you in the next one. Have a wonderful and blessed day. Thank you so much, YouTube, for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, smash the like button, get subscribed so we can see you in the next one. Click a video now. Click it. It'd be cool if you clicked one of these videos. Ooh, that one looks good. Whoa. Click it. You should probably click this video.